Hello everyone, my name is William and welcome back to Introduction to C# tutorial for Unity, and today we're going to be talking about functions. Now, what are functions? Well, first I'll explain to you the need for functions, so let's start by doing this. Let's do print hello world, simple, and then print world hello. So let's say you want to print hello world and world hello. So what you do is you do this and you have to copy and paste it, and it gets really repetitive. So what you could do is you could put it all into a function, and what functions do is that they essentially is repeatable blocks of code. So if we have a private void, well, first let me explain to you what built-in functions are. So there's start functions here. I explained this before, but it has void before. Now you might wonder what void is. Well, void just means it doesn't return anything, and we'll explain that later. And the parentheses mean the parameters, and we'll explain that later too. So let's do private void hello world. Now, of course, this does what you think it would do. We would print out hello world, and then we'll do a public void. The scope doesn't matter here, but it's the same as variables, private or public. And if you don't know about it, you can watch the variables video. So public void world hello, and then here we'll just put print world hello. Now let's delete this, and then we can call hello world. We can call world hello, and we can call hello world again. And then we'll play and let's see what happens. As you can see, you print hello world, then world hello, then hello world. And you can also put many lines of code in here, so we can print many lines of code. So if you want to repeat entire blocks of code, then functions are what would be right for you, because you don't want to put all of it in the start function or the update function. It'll get all too cluttered. So that's why you want to separate your code into functions. And what's good about this is it leads to object-oriented programming, where you can and I'll explain that now. And so this is how you would use object-oriented. What object-oriented programming is that you use names that are very self-explanatory, such as let me delete these, such as boolean can jump, and we all know what this means in English terms. It means that what you can jump or not. And what this bool means is that it has to return a value. So void means no value, but this means we have to return something back to whatever it calls it. So here we have to return either true or false because it's a boolean. So let's return true. And now let's print can jump. Let's go back here, play, and then it should return true. See, it returns true. Now let's say we wanted to put an if statement in here, right? So let's make a variable. Let's call it a public float ypos is equal to 2f, and if ypos less than or equal to 1f, then let's say you can jump. No. Then let's say return true. Else, if it's false, so let's say you can't. The y position is greater than 1f, then return false. And that's what we're going to do. So what this will do is let's do an if statement here too. So if can jump, then print will jump. Else, then we print cannot jump. So that's how it'll work. So let's play and let's see what happens. And as you can see, it says cannot jump because the light position is greater than 1. But let's set it to 0.5. Play. And then it should say we can jump. Will jump, yes. And so other than so now you see that, and also it has to return a value no matter what. So we cannot, just say, just comment out the return true. And then it says, see, like they all have to return a value. So that's why you should use only these boolean, or what you can also name other variable types such as string name, or string. You can have other functions based on different variable types such as string or integer, but you always have to return. So otherwise, the else statement, if the else statement is run, then it won't return anything. So that can work. And so you can't do that. But let's delete this, and let's do another function. So let's do an integer function, int calculate square. Now what this does is this takes these. You might be wondering what these parentheses are. Well, these are the parameters. So in essence, we can have int. These are things that we pass into the function as local variables inside the function. So int num1, int num1, int num2. We can have as many parameters as we want, but let's just have one parameter. Let's do inside. I mean int num. Yeah, int num. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to calculate the square. So let's return side. I mean num times num. So this will return a num times itself. And let's go back here, and then let's do print calculate square 2 and print calculate square 4. It should give us 4 and 16, so let's play it and let's see what happens. See, it gives us 4 and 16, that pretty much the values times itself. And so that's all you need to know for custom functions. Of course, you can name this whatever you want, and you can do string functions, but that's just a common example of what you would do. And then you can join me for the last tutorial, which will be about classes. Thank you.